Hey everybody, welcome to this week's question and answer video. My name's David. This channel is DeMars Coaching. I'm answering your guys' questions from the last video last Monday. I do this every Monday. And I always say this because it's really important. I want you guys to know to ask me questions, okay? Anything you think that will help you. Sometimes people don't know where to ask. Sometimes I get people asking me Q&A questions on my website. It's it's the last Q&A video. If today was Sunday, the last one would have been 6 days ago, Monday, the most recent. I see everybody's questions, so well, not always. Sometimes I miss a question. Please let me know if I do. If I miss it, tell me. If I don't understand it, you don't understand my answer, just let me know, please, because it's important for me. I make these videos solely just to makes me feel good to help you guys to relay information I've learned over a decade now to help you guys understand your experiences. So please ask me questions down below, okay? Thank you. If this video is beneficial, you like my message, you want to support me in any way, just hit the thumbs up button. Most important, subscribe to the channel. You can share this video somewhere. You can share it to yourself. But ask questions. That's the best, okay? Thank you very much. So let's get started into the questions. I am extremely busy last couple of days. Haven't been able to read them yet. I just screenshotted them. So I hope that there's nothing I needed to go watch or look up. Sometimes you guys have questions about things that I need to go look, like someone's video or something. But anyway, if you could, I have a petition. Please consider signing and sharing that petition. The link is right down below. You just follow the link and hit yes. That's it. Everyone around the world, stop narcissistic online bullying. If you don't believe you've been affected, you probably have. You might still be. This has just started, right? Online bullying. And it just for the better of society. There are thousands, millions of victims. And this is the number one reason young people take their life. So it's very serious. I really appreciate your support. Thank you. And thank you, all of you who have supported this along the way. And all I'd like is your locations. That's all I ask from you guys. Just tell us where you are if you can. Not your address, hemisphere or something. Okay. First question is from Ali in Sacramento. Hello. Good to see you always. I've gone through the whole, I like this message a lot. I don't even think Ali had a question. I just started reading it. It's really good. I've gone through the whole flying monkeys and gang stalkers as well. My family situation was I was the scapegoat and punching bag. I'm on journey now of self-help and healing. I'm starting to feel better about myself every day. I've mentioned before that in a way I'm grateful that I went through the whole narcissistic phase and that those individuals in my life let me see who they really are. And I went no contact and moved away. That's a huge step. I know it is. I've done it. I'm socializing a little bit at a time, and when I detect the red flags, I just don't go any further. First impressions deserve a second chance because I agree, because everyone has their own battles in their life. No one's perfect, and that means we make mistakes and mess up. I haven't found a therapist I'm comfortable with, and most don't have a strong background in dealing with people regarding narcissistic personality disorder or BPD. I've never liked bullies and stay away from them. And if I can't know how to effectively handle them, but I'd rather not. I have lots to look forward to and hopefully a new ski race team to join for next year. I went paragliding just recently and I'm doing a zip line soon. How fun. My time alone has been well spent. And then you time-stamped the video and said, I just still miss my dog and cats and the waterworks are slowing down. I'm sorry. You've lost them and I'm glad that you are feeling better. Good thing because it's hard on the highs. Hugs and love coming to everyone here. Beautiful message. Thank you very much, Ali. I like your message because it's so hopeful. You guys are in much more control of your life than you know. Okay? The world isn't as bad as you think. All right? These experiences obviously were needed. I haven't found or heard of one that wasn't. And so if it's needed, then we better learn everything we can and we better have a good attitude because you can get worse or you can get better. And the beautiful thing is it's all up to you. Stepping away from family is a very difficult choice and I am a big proponent of it if needed. I could just tell you the best thing I've ever done for myself in my entire life is leave my family when I was still a teenager. Thank God. Thank God. I can't imagine what would happen if I stayed. And it's a tough choice, but it defines who we are, not our experiences. What we do with them defines who we are. Okay? So, beautiful message, beautiful person. Thank you, Ali. And Diane. Don't know where you're. Oh, South Carolina here. Hi, Dan. I actually found your channel while on a cruise. Wow, they play my videos on cruises? Just kidding. Oh, and then I lost you. Where'd you go? I'm messing around. Okay. Finally, I knew I was dealing with. Now I screenshot every text that gets nasty so I have proof. It gets old defending myself. Thank you for answering my question. Stop doing it then, Diane. Okay? Stop defending yourself. People that love you won't make you do that. I hope that it sounds like this is still going on and you have to screenshot stuff just to prove things. Sounds like communication isn't working, isn't it enough? And that's where the relationship has failed. Okay? Thank you, Diane. Thank you very much. All right. Truth. Oh, that's the name of your channel. Ruth from United Kingdom. Hi, Ruth. I liked your answer to my last question. Succinct and to the point. I think all of us go through a phase of trying to diagnose our abusive ex, thinking that will make us feel better. Totally. It's hard when we lose somebody. Grief and depression comes from how we feel about ourselves. We're hypercritical at that time. And it can feel better to make sure the other person's the bad guy, not us. Huh? It doesn't, and just keeps them in your head. I agree. You said, I agree. Talking therapy is helpful. Otherwise, they will always be in your head, continuing the abuse. No kidding, huh? Right? We cannot see our abuser, not have any contact with them for 5 years, and still suffer. With them living rent-free in our heads and in our hearts. Good message. Good comment. Thank you, Ruth. And channel name is just LEL7940. Don't know where you're from. Hello, thank you for answering my question. You're welcome. Thank you. You are correct about my dad. Unfortunately, he is those things. I don't see him often because he is. I see that he's miserable, though, and can't help but feel sorry for him. I know it's pathetic, and that's why I'm trying to find a way to deal with it. I haven't spoken to him for nearly 2 months now, since I got engaged, because his reaction to my engagement made me feel awful. Yeah, people that don't celebrate you're with you, right? They don't care. They don't want you to succeed. Luckily, my fiance is a wonderful man. Nothing like my dad at all. I will tell him he can't do it anymore. Thanks again. Good start. Good start. What are your terms? Yeah. We have to have terms in relationships, right? I mean, somebody with full access to your heart and your life just can't do anything they want, right? Yeah. So let your dad know your terms. But the important part is he has to agree to it. So just telling him he can't do it anymore may not be enough. Okay? Thank you. Good luck. Ali again in Sacramento. Hello. The person who saw that they had a crush on you. Did I read that right? The person who saw that they had a crush on you. You are attractive, but I would rather have someone like you as a friend, because as for getting romantic with someone at this time, no way. Well, thank you very much. I take that as a much, much bigger compliment. Friends are everything to me. I'm not where I want to be in order to go there. And I was never ready to get involved with the last guy for 4 years that I discovered is a narcissist, which means I don't trust my judgment of character when it comes to that. I think having a conversation with you, David, would be interesting. Just because I watch your videos doesn't mean I really know you. That's true. I watch and listen to other coaches, and I'm getting what I need to help myself from all of you. The name of the game when it comes to therapy is let me help you help yourself. It's called empowerment. Absolutely. Talk to somebody, okay? just at least tell your story. And I know you said that therapists have a hard time understanding this, but they can understand. Everybody can understand how we feel. Not everybody. 95% understands how we feel. Okay? And what's the most important is just getting it out from here and here. So much happens when we do that. Okay? Thank you, Ali. And Paul from Wisconsin. Unfortunately, I have rotator cuff surgery tomorrow and long recovery. That was a week ago. So you must have had surgery 5-6 days ago. I hope you're good, Paul. Horrible injury. I've torn both. Nasty. Take care of yourself. Don't use your arms. Do whatever. I've had really bad injuries, and I have not gone to like therapy and stuff, and boy, I regret it. It's like no matter how bad any of my injuries were, the worst part is not getting the help you need and recovering properly. So good luck, Paul. I'm sorry. I hope that you're not, be aware that this can cause depression. Accidents, injuries, surgeries, seeing a doctor, taking medication, these all make us kind of a little bit down. So be aware of that, Paul, and good luck. Let us know when you feel better, okay? Victoria from the San Francisco Bay Area. Hi, Victoria. My weakness is when people try to engage me in fighting, arguing. I'm unable to stop the energy from coming towards me, and I start to fight back. How do I just walk away with my head up and a big smile, still working on this? I need to get it right. Oh, Victoria, we all are, okay? We all are. And this doesn't happen overnight. Could take years to be where you want to be about it. But we just constantly be aware and know how you want to handle first. Know how you want to react to situations first. At least know that. All right? Fighting, arguing, just realize the V word. I can't say it. Violence. Realize that yelling and screaming and throwing things and breaking stuff and hitting and threatening are all forms of that, and we can't allow it in our life, period. So once someone starts yelling at me, it's over. I don't mean the relationship, but that right there, engagement is done. If we aren't going to talk and you're not going to listen, right? So you talk, I talk, you talk, I talk, and we both listen. If that's not going to happen, no point in fighting, arguing. We don't have to fix things right away, okay? So it's perfectly fine to say, I don't want to talk about this right now, fix this right now, work on this right now. I'm too stressed, I'm too tired, I'm too angry. We are starting to argue. Let's just take a break. Let's do it tonight. Let's do it tomorrow. But you have to still do it. But that's a perfectly healthy thing to do and say. And it's perfectly healthy for your partners to say that to you. Just not keep putting it off, right? So I try to not let people change who I am. Haven't mastered it yet. Okay? But it's just something I want to be good at. And so we have what we need, what we want, what we value, our beliefs, and how we feel. Okay? And only people in my life that I trust and love are allowed to affect how I feel. Okay? And we communicate back and forth effectively to make sure that it's always good for me and for them. But people that aren't my life, I'm not going to let them change what I need. I'm not going to change what I want, meaning my goals, my aspirations, things I'm interested in. I try to stick with those in relationships and with people I'm not in relationships with. I stick to what I value. What does that mean? That means that I value respect. So if you don't, you're not allowed in my life. And if you disrespect me, I'm not going to spit back in your face or disrespect you. I'm just going to try to keep you away from me, respectively. Okay? And feelings. I do not want someone, especially not in my life, to be able to come up to me and say things to me and affect how I feel. Wouldn't that be amazing to master that? Well, we can try. We can be better at it all the time. It is important to understand that our choices and our behaviors can affect how we think and how we feel. So faking it till we make it really works. All right? That's how the narcissist survives. So think about exactly how you like to react when people do, different scenarios, and just try to remember that. The biggest, best advice I have is stop reacting to anything, to anybody so fast, so quickly. When we feel our emotions, we stop. We stop and we take our time to react, to say things. It's really hard. It is. It's hard. It's a hard thing to change, but we can, depending on how important it is to us. Okay? Breathing. Take a breath. Stop. We don't have to resolve this right now. Try not to defend yourself. Learn what baiting techniques are. So when you know someone's doing something, they're just baiting you. That's really important to understand baiting techniques, because when you have a toxic person, they're going to try to make you angry. They're going to try to make you scared. They're going to try to make you feel guilty and ashamed. And this is how you control someone, by controlling their feelings. So if you don't change my feelings, you can't control me. And all you have to worry about is how you react and how you respond, and the choices you make, and how you treat other people should always best say who you are. Okay? Don't let someone change who you are. All right? It's something that we just keep working on, Victoria, and I think a good exercise is to do that in public with everyone, even when they're trying to make you feel good. Don't let them change how you feel. Okay? It's called emotional boundaries. People like us that are very empathetic, I don't want to feel how everyone feels all the time, right? If you had a job and you helped 100 customers a day, would you want to feel every single feeling that all 100 customers have all day long? No. We have boundaries. I don't need to feel bad with you, or feel sorry for you, or get excited with you, or, you see? No. And so we try not to let people affect us too much that aren't in our lives. Okay? Just be mindful of that. All right. Daryl from Vancouver, British Columbia. Hi, Daryl. I don't know if it's too late to get my question in. No, you got it. As of this day, and this is today, as of this day, it's been 5 months, no contact with my ex-fiance who cheated on me. Good job. 5 months of your new life. She sent me an email last week that her sick uncle that I knew and loved just passed away. She sent me his funeral information and said only he remembered you on his last days. I didn't think she'd ever try to contact me again after I blocked her on everything. You didn't block her on everything, huh? But apparently she tried and succeeded with the email. I'm at odds with attending because I truly care for this man, and he was one of the most ecstatic about the engagement. I know this could be a Hoover attempt, or maybe just doing something decent. I'm not part of her family anymore and feel my being there will just hurt me. Seeing her and her ex, new boyfriend again, and the family all together without me in the picture. I know you say to do what I feel is right for me. Sorry, I had to go to the next page here. But I'm conflicted. I don't want to be without feeling and would like to pay my respects. But I'm also not wanting to have any part of her in my life anymore. Your insights would be invaluable to me. The funeral's today, Monday, on the 29th. So I tried to answer your comment a little bit earlier today, but I think I missed you if you went. It doesn't matter what you do. That's what I say. It only matters how you feel about it. Safety first. You don't have to do anything. You do not have to go to someone's funeral to pay respects for their entire life. They're dead, yeah? Right? Who knows if they even are aware that you would do that. I mean, I believe there's something else past life, so maybe they know. I'm just saying, you don't have to go to someone's funeral to pay respects, okay? You just don't. And we got to stay safe. If you are pretty sure it's going to feel really bad, then why would we go? Right? Oh, we're going for someone else who's not even alive anymore. That doesn't make sense. Yeah? That doesn't make sense. She's not allowed to contact you more, and she did. And look what happened. Look what happened. We're reacting, yeah? Because someone passed. It's huge. If you still want her out of your life, don't respond to that. And find ways to keep her out. Because she doesn't respect you. She doesn't care. She doesn't care how it makes you feel. She lost somebody, and she doesn't like herself, and that's what people do. I would still block that email. That's what I'm trying to say. Just suggestion. And make sure she doesn't have access. You know, if she sends you another email somehow, do you want to open it? Do you want to read it? Maybe not. Maybe call a friend instead. You can sit right where you are and pay respects to someone that's dead, can't you? Can't you? I mean, it's just a belief I have, something I believe in. You know, I talk to people I've lost often, directly, out loud. I don't think you have to go. And if he's aware still, if he has some kind of consciousness and he's watching, I think he'll forgive you for not going. Say something right where you are. Yeah. If you want to go to the parking lot and wait till she leaves. Go on, pay your respects. If you're going to go and she might be there, know exactly how you want to react to that. It matters what you want. We try to do that. Yeah. But what matters more is how we feel about it. And then we try to keep ourselves safe. That's first. Okay. I want a lot of things. I can't. It's too dangerous. Right? And we don't minimize these things. We don't minimize emotions. You have a traumatic history with this person, and if you're not healed yet, it won't feel good to see them, I'm sure. She might very easily be able to do something to hurt you again, right? Like kiss her new boyfriend, or grab her family's arms and say, no, don't go talk to them. You know, little things like that. We might just be a little too vulnerable right now. Okay? And if this guy has a conscience still somewhere, I'm sure he'll understand. And if he does, then you'll hear you. Talk to him. Okay? That's just my advice. Let me know what you think. Or maybe let us know what you did. Doesn't matter what we do. We can't think like that. It's how we were taught. It's how we were raised. That what matters is all what we do. Oh, you're bad. You failed. You're stupid. You're ugly. You're fat. It just doesn't matter. What matters is how you feel. And that way, that means that safety's first, right? Emotional, financial, physical, mental, psychological safety. Okay? You said, I don't know if this is Uber attempt. I don't know either. Okay? But I can't think of any other reason why she's letting you know. You know? She doesn't need to let you know. Her and him aren't in your life anymore. Right? And you've told her not to contact you again. So, and if she's, abusive or stuff like this, I don't think she really cares how you feel, right? She never has cared how you felt, right? I'm sorry that you're dealing with this. Good luck if you went. If you didn't, good. Don't feel guilty. Forgive yourself. We're okay. Doesn't matter. Yeah? That's just my opinion. Thanks for asking. Hi, David. Discarded family from California. Trying to think of something else you can identify with. Okay? Your name on here is Rela Rodriguez. Maybe just tell us your name if that's not it. Thank you again for always answering my questions, even if they are just thoughts. Your thoughts are extremely helpful. Thank you. Thanks for always telling me. I always have just curious questions regarding the odd, weird things my ex-BPD fiance would do. This is another one. When my small children, 3 and 5, would fall, get hurt, or just in like pain, my reaction as a caring mother would be to run, make sure they're okay, hug them, attend to them, ask them what happened, and just simply care for them and try to help them feel better. That's naturally ingrained in all of us. Yeah. A baby crying is ingrained in our brains for the reaction because we are social creatures. We need ourselves. A baby crying is one of the most alarming sounds a human brain can ever hear, right? We don't like it. Some get angry, some get pissed, but it's like, do something now, yeah? I'll never, ever understand a parent that's walking around in public with just their children just bawling, and they're just like moving the cart or whatever, just like nothing. Oh, tough love, just ignore them. No, we don't. Insane. You could still be a responsible parent and help them feel better. Yeah? Maybe they obviously can't do that themselves. This is one example. My small one was running and tripped and opened up nearly all his forehead. Couldn't stop bleeding, was a bit out of it. Ended up in ER, needing like 8 stitches. Sad. Oh, he's okay. He's got a youth battle scar. I think most of ours is here or here, right? From falling. My small one, oh, you already said that, was bleeding a lot. Was a bit out of it. When he fell and I realized how bad the fall was, I panicked and screamed, cried, trying to hurry, oh, mom, freaking out, and rush him into the car to take him to hospital. During that time of my panic, my ex-fiance just stood there like a log. No emotions, not helping, no nothing. I would scream and tell him to get me towels, help me with our other child, etc., and he would just stand there. I would have to scream my lungs out to have him move like he was just there and didn't care. This was weird. Can you explain this? Well, I don't know him. I don't know the situation, even though you explained it well. This could be someone so severely traumatized that things like that make them dissociate, right? You'll see that a lot. You'll see like people with borderline personality disorder. Something gets bad enough, they'll either freak out, get emotional, weird reactions, right? Someone needs help and they get angry and freak out because they can't handle the stress of the responsibility for them to help them. Or it's just so traumatic I can't handle it, dissociate. And I might just look like this. Like I don't care. I don't know. Now, the test would be how they test something that they test children for, and they test psychopaths, is they'll show them photos of people's faces, affect, people having bad things happen to them, and they can test your heart rate and stuff and your own affect, and test if you have empathy, things like this. You can even test it in your brain. But right, if I see a car accident with people mangled, my heart rate is going to start getting up and I'm going to be uncomfortable and not like it, right? But the psychopath is just, who cares? Something's not working in their brain that works in ours. That's it. Lacking empathy. True, lacking emotional empathy. I can't, there's videos on YouTube of it. They're supposed to be funny, and it's like bad things happening. Some of them might be funny, like someone's holding an ice cream cone and the whole ice cream, they go to buy it and the whole ice cream falls off or something, like, I have no idea, mixed in with these supposed to be comedic videos, how someone falling and skinning their things or hitting their head on something, how that's so funny. I'll never understand that. And I'm not accusing anybody who finds humor in that to be right, but I'm saying I'm just hypersensitive to that stuff, man. I cannot even watch someone fall and just skin their knees or something. I can't. It freaks me out. My whole body just goes, yeah. Like feeling right before you skin or fall, that kind of feeling. I get that. And I just, it's too intense. I can't watch it. Just even someone falling. I can't. It's just too much. I don't know how people watch stuff like that. But when you have no reaction, if he just doesn't care and just has no emotional reaction, heart rate, nothing, yeah, that's not good. I mean, he's a very antisocial person. I'm not even saying they have ASPD or anything, but my God, right? Ugh. And then your own child. Your own child right in front of you, live, with mom freaking out and just nothing. I don't know. I would say he either tests high in psychopathy or is dissociating. I can't think of any other things that could be happening or going on. Either he can't handle that, it's too much, it just looks like he doesn't care, right? Or he just doesn't care. And if, I'm going back on I can remember, I have really good memory, I can remember some of the things you've said about this man and doing things to you and doing things to the children for entertainment purposes of hurting you and stuff like this. Yeah, he's a sick SOB. So I don't think it's just dissociating. I think he has maybe no empathy. Maybe. No matter what mental illness he has, definitely would test high in psychopathy. Doesn't mean he's a psychopath. Just test higher than the rest of us. Because that's crazy. That's crazy. I think 90-something% of the people wouldn't even think and just react immediately. I do that. I'm really good in tense situations. I tend to react faster than most people and just get things done no matter how crazy it is. I mean, I've done crazy things. I've picked up people's fingers that have been cut off and not even let them know, and then quickly take them to the hospital and give it to the surgeon and stuff, like, and keep it on ice. Like, I react very quickly and stuff, but no reaction. Something's not working in here. Kind of like when you test a psychopath or a narcissist, no empathy, there's no action in this part of their brain. I would bet if he took a brain scan, not much. You know, we don't even use much of our brain, but to not use the prefrontal cortex, yeah, there's something very wrong. Very wrong. Would make a good president. Not a good dad. Yeah. That's just what I think. Let me know what you think, Rodriguez. Mercedes from Maine. Hi, Mercedes. My question for you today is, do you have any experience with individuals with dependent personality disorder? If so, could you provide some insight as to some common signs of this particular disorder? Yes, I can, Mercedes. And if you're wondering about yourself, how do I know that? Don't self-diagnose, okay? Just don't do that. To be curious and stuff, that's great. And you can always talk to a mental health professional about it, you know, and not just ask someone on YouTube, okay? But look, and you can look it up in the DSM-5 and see the symptoms. They don't talk about a lot of characteristics too much, though. It's like it's almost just symptoms or some behaviors. Dependent personality disorder is in the cluster C. It's the worrier. Worry, 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 worry. Anxiety, depression, very common. It's the lifelong abused victim. And that's why a lot of us wonder, because, you know, we lose a sense of who we are. We're in a toxic, tumultuous relationship. Is it me? Was it me? Do I have a personality disorder? Maybe I'm not a narcissist. Maybe it's just dependent. We can't do that. Okay. And personality disorders aren't situational. You would have to be like this your whole life. Okay. Not just with your boyfriend and the one you had 8 years ago. Okay. It's all the time. All the time. So just some, without getting into the diagnostic traits, some very common behaviors and things that they think and do, just to kind of characterize it in a sentence or two. Somebody's so fearful of rejection because they're so dependent on someone to take care of them. It's that part of a borderline personified. So they are so dependent on someone to care for them, carry them, do things for them, always. No drive whatsoever to have their own life and do something for themselves and stuff. Really not much of a self there. They will do anything it takes to not stir things up, to cause a problem, to be rejected. It's just constant. Okay, yes, yeah, I will. Sure, yeah, that's okay. All the time. Don't want to cause any rifts. Don't want to make anything to cause you to reject me. Does that make sense? Out of just complete lack of self-reliance, complete dependent on you. It's way more than codependency. Right? Codependency is, oh, I just don't want to fix my problems, but I'll fix yours and I'll tell you what to do and tell you how to. No. I'll try to do whatever I can for me because you want me to, but I'll never say anything to you. No. Everything's fine. Yep. Everything's perfect. In a nutshell, without getting into the diagnostic traits. I hope that helps you understand. Okay? Thank you. Tituan from France. Hello. Thank you for answering my question, and you pronounced my name perfectly on the vid the last time you said my name. Great. Thanks for telling me it's important to me. Does an ex with BPD realize you move on only when you finally post someone new? So I think you're asking me, slight language barrier, right? I think that you're asking me, my ex that I don't communicate with anymore, may think I never moved on, but once I post that I have a new girlfriend, she's going to definitely know I moved on and leave me alone, not contact me now. I can't tell you what they all do. They're all different. I just got yelled at by another borderline that I always, or most of the time, say that all borderlines are the same and all borderlines do this and all that. I don't say that ever, but I have to constantly say, no, not all, not you, just every other borderline, but not you. So again, I'll say I don't know what, they're all not going to be like this. They're all not going to do anything the same. And I don't know anyone in particular. It's a tough question, Tituan, right? How would I know what anyone would think once you do that? If you have someone that doesn't leave you alone, they're stalking you, they're obsessed with you, dating someone else probably isn't going to stop that. They might start attacking that person too. Make sense? Okay. It might be something that helps them accept that it's really over. Oh, they don't care about me anymore. You get into because a lot of people with BPD are very delusional, and then you get into delusional disorders, and one of them is the other person likes me, the other person wants me to connect with them, the other person wants me to contact them, the other person, right? That's a delusional disorder. If she has that and you date someone else, maybe that will help her accept that no, you don't really want her. I don't know. And if you have a more specific question about this, please ask me. And I'm sorry I couldn't answer it better. But thanks for telling me I got your name right, Tituan. Luke from Colorado. Hi, Luke. I'm wondering if you can address what kind of precautions I should take while trying to parallel parent with a BPD woman. It's like raising children with a child. It's like marrying an 8-year-old and raising children with them. She does not want to help and believes she is special, entitled, and has a propensity to rage and has become very, very violent. Sounds pretty narcissistic. I was trained in hand-to-hand defense, and so I have saved myself from being stabbed, assaulted, etc. Specifically, my question is not about boundaries or about no contact, but what I can do, I get it, but what I can do in the courts to ensure my daughter is not a victim and how I can protect her when her mother realizes I'm never coming back to her. I hope that makes sense. I'm grateful for your wisdom. Yeah, it makes sense. Thank you. In situations like this, Luke, we have to understand what we have control over and what we do not, and accept what we do not. At some point we have to, Luke. Okay? So when your daughter is with her mother, you can't protect her, can you? You can help her. Yeah, I don't know how old your daughter is. At some appropriate age, I always recommend when the other parent is toxic, is that we try to explain with compassion, empathy, love, and respect, try to explain to the child that mom is sick. Mom is very sick, and so when she does A, B, and C, it's because she's sick. It's not because of you. And we help this child navigate mom, the relationship with her. So I'm sure, Luke, you know the best. I mean, I could give you advice. You probably know better than me how she can navigate the relationship with her mother. Help her with that. You can't ensure your daughter's not a victim, right? How can you do that? I don't know. Anybody else out there knows? Let us know. I don't. Like I said, she has your daughter. You can't control that situation. And if the courts demand that your daughter's with her, there's nothing you can do. Nothing. So what we can do is help daughter navigate that. If mom does this and this and this, do this and try to do this and just try to be a good, not make her upset. Things like this. She can't handle you saying this to her. She can't handle you. See? And we have this child in therapy. Really, really important. And if mom's toxic, she doesn't have a very good mother or woman or wife role model to be. So I always recommend if you're going to have her talk to a professional, maybe a woman would be better for her. Do you see that? A healthy woman teaches her a little bit about being a mother or a wife or a woman, okay? Somewhere where she can talk besides just with dad. Children get real protective of their parents. Once they're split, they try to protect both of them, right? And she may not feel comfortable talking to you about mom. There might be some things that she just doesn't feel as comfortable as with a stranger or someone, okay? It might cause you stress when she talks about her mom. You may not realize it does, but she picks it up. Things like this. So I think having you and a therapist would really help her. And that's the only way you can ensure she's not as victimized, that she sees what's coming, she understands it, she knows how to respond to things. And have avenues where she can go to and talk about each event that happens. Mom did this, mom freaked out and yelled, screamed, threatened me. And she has you and a therapist. Okay? Really, really important. However she's victimized in childhood, she is absolutely capable of healing from later, if that helps you feel better. I recommend when it's a toxic parent that we just keep conversations about the child and that's it. And something that's good to use is a parental app. So that's documented, especially, and controlled, and it's not in more of your life, like your phone, your text, your phone calls, your emails, just that. And I don't see it unless I open that app up. It seems to help people. I'm trying to think what else. Dad, Luke, keep healing. You'll better understand this experience when you're healed from it. You'll be able to help your daughter better with it when you're healed from it. It won't worry you so much when you're healed from it. Okay? Healing from this stuff really helps you with other people going through it. I don't go like this anymore. Help victims and, I know I coach people, but I don't do that. I don't, I got to save everybody and help everybody. No, I just look at them and say, you're capable of healing if you want to. It helps a lot. I hope some of this advice helps you. I'm trying to think of anything else I can say. Yeah, she's going to be okay, no matter what. We're all okay, all of us. She'll be okay, all right? Heal, Dad. Be the best, healthiest dad you can be. Learn what your emotional needs are so you can ensure, might not be able to ensure that she's not victimized, but you can ensure that you have a good relationship with her and that she's still getting her emotional needs met, okay? And a child therapist for her could really, really help. A good one. Big Dave from Tennessee. Hi, Dave. You apologize for asking about something in the last video. I was just messing with you. I know you were, Dave. It's all good. I thought it was funny. But thanks. Your two questions. What is the difference between narcissism and Machiavellianism? So, without getting into both narcissism and Machiavellianism, Machiavellianism is a propensity, a person that schemes and plots and plans and is manipulative and lacks empathy and very self-absorbed and wants to see the demise of people, stuff like this, okay? So it's totally different than narcissism, although narcissists and psychopaths and sociopaths are the most prone to be Machiavellianist. What are the signs of Machiavellianism? Can you give specific examples, please? Yeah, it'd be like, my boss fired me, which is a huge thing in our lives, being fired and divorced and stuff like that, huge, right? And I can't just accept that. And so I'm going to go plot and plan for my boss's demise. I'm going to set him up and make false accusations and call the police and accuse him of something, or I'm going to try to sue him now, or I'm going to go above his head and go to the owner of the company and make up lies to tear that person down. Do you see that? Maybe we're all a little Machiavellianistic if we seek revenge. It's hard to never think about it, right? I hope that answers your question, Big Dave. Thank you. It's, narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths are very prone to it. The dark triad, the three dark personality traits, one of them is Machiavellianism. The other is psychopathy and narcissism. Yeah. You will hear people tell you they're this way when they talk about revenge, or when they're proud of beating somebody at things, and really egoistic, and I got him. You started this. I'll finish it. Oh, stuff like this. people smearing. I mean, that's literally what they're doing. Anybody that smears, I don't care. You go online, talk bad about somebody. That's what you're doing. You want that person's demise. Yeah. You're plotting, you're planning. It seems like the only thing you can think of doing is making videos about them, hopefully to ruin their life and get other people to attack them. That's a Machiavellianist, right? Thank you, Big Dave. Keep the questions coming. Emily from South Africa. Hi, Emily. Thank you for the video. Thank you. Imagine how different you would see the world if you don't know about toxic people. How do healthy people react when in contact with abusive people? Do they just ignore them? It's an emotional reaction, Emily. It's an emotional reaction, also guided by our values, and it matters how we feel about ourselves. So if someone is used to growing up, someone's toxic, and someone you're used to your parents being dishonest, you're used to them, being violins and throwing things and banging and fighting, you're going to react less. You're going to be desensitized to that more. Okay? If, like most children should be, are less exposed to violins, then you'll react more severely to it. Makes sense, right? If you've never seen a human being hit another human being, and then you finally do when you're 28, it's going to be like, right? Oh my gosh, right? But if I watch my dad beat my mom, although it might trigger some traumatic reactions to it, but still, it's like, it's just, hey. I mean, women that are beaten by their husbands and their boyfriends usually were exposed to that in childhood. I watched dad do it to mom or to me. So when healthy people see a toxic person, toxic people are off-putting to them. They get all excited. Oh my God, just that. Like, ugh. Someone so angry and yelling, ugh. Someone threatening other people. And then we have our values, someone that's being disrespectful, someone, I can't stand when I hear someone talk bad about somebody and say, and even if they don't know them anymore. They used to be my best friend. Screw them. Want to do this, that. I mean, they used to be your best friend, so why are you talking so bad? Because they hurt your feelings? Okay. Yeah. So a healthy person, for once, it's shocking. Toxic behaviors. Whoa, alarming. Yeah. And we have an emotional reaction that we all do, but it's not very significant. It's not very pronounced, right? Just a little upsetting, just a little startling. And if I've been neglected in my life, and that's still how I care for myself, I neglect myself, I suppress my feelings, I ignore red flags, I talk myself out of it. I'm not safe. If I've never been safe as a child, I don't keep myself safe now. And I've been in some pretty dangerous situations in my adulthood. I've looked back now and I'm like, oh my God, dude, you weren't even that scared. Not good. And then we have our values, right? I'm not going to, no, that person is disrespectful. I honor and respect, so I don't want that person in my life, which consists and requires some self-worth and self-esteem. So you have a healthy person compared to someone like us, not so healthy, or being victimized for years, most of our life, all our life. The healthy person is much more alarmed by toxic behavior, and they're much more in tune with their feelings and can't ignore them. They stick more true to their values and won't allow people that don't value what they value in their life or around them. They protect themselves better. They have higher self-esteem and self-worth. So they don't ignore red flags. They don't just live with it. They're less dependent on others, more self-reliant. I don't need to do that. I don't need this person. Okay? Hope I explained that well. Thank you, Emily. And Victoria from the Bay Area again. This is the last question, I think. Yep. O.J. Simpson wrote a book, If I Did It. Was O.J. Simpson an example of an extreme narcissist? At least. O.J. court date, O.J. had a smirk on his face. He looked like he was having a great time. Yeah. O.J. Simpson is very high in psychopathy. He may be a psychopath. Okay? He's at least, I guarantee, I mean, I don't like to diagnose people, but God, who's going to argue that O.J. is not a narcissist? I mean, who? I'll just say it. O.J. is a narcissist. Anybody disagree, want to argue that? Why? Yeah. This guy is so different than us that he actually enjoyed the murder trial. You can watch him. Loved it. Loved it. Center of attention, totally important, totally unique, rare. He fed off his how famous he already was as a famous football player and stuff. So he just, they think higher about themselves than they really are and everybody else. So he just thought he was amazing. He just, one of the most famous, I think at that time was the biggest trial ever in our country. World attention of the world. And then it stopped. It stopped. Nobody cared anymore. He went to a civil trial, lost everything he had, and then it stopped. No more attention. So what did he do? He wrote a book about it. If I Did It. What a disgusting, immoral, gross, awful thing to do. If I did it, I would do it like this. Okay, buddy. I don't know anyone else who thinks like that. If I did it. If I killed the mother of my children and her boyfriend in cold-blooded murder, I would do it like this. See? I'm innocent now. I didn't do it like that. I did it. I would do it like this. It was just for more attention. Murderers will revisit the crime scene almost always. They'll even do crazy stuff. I mean, they'll do stuff to open the case back up or to get more news media attention and stuff. But they'll go revisit it for the excitement again, to relive it. Sometimes they'll videotape it. Sometimes they'll keep little mementos of the person. I can revisit it again and get that excitable feeling again. Yeah, that's why O.J. wrote the book. Not to convince you he didn't do it. That's what I thought at first. For a long time, I was like, oh man, he's really trying hard to make sure that we don't believe that he did it. No. Just for the excitement again. Just for the attention. Yeah. Disgusting. Really, really disgusting. Yeah. Bye, O.J. He's gone now. Good riddance. Didn't work out very well. Your life. No, didn't work out for the rest of us. Maybe for you. Not for us. Bye. That's it, guys. Yep, that is it. Thank you very much. Keep asking questions. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. You'll know when the rest of my videos come out during the week. But most of all, love yourself first, guys, okay? Thank you. Have a narc-free week.